Hi, I'm Kenneth Wajda. I'm a professional photographer here in Colorado. Welcome to another one of my photography talks. Today I'm going to talk about camera shows. So twice a year in Denver, or just outside of Denver in a little town called Golden, Jeffco Fairgrounds, they have a camera show. And it's a swap beat. And dealers come and they bring gear, and it's a lot of film gear and some digital, and then some people show up with tripods, some individual photographers show up and they just sell some of their stuff. I bought lighting from people who are just a regular photographer who's selling their work. I've bought cameras from people, and they just had one of these shows in Denver, and I went to it, and the show is only half the size of its normal size. And I'm wondering, are we at the end of an era? When I was working for the newspaper back in the 90s, there were photo shows and camera swaps in like one of the big hotels in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. Any Pennsylvania listeners watching? Do they still have them? I know there's one in Jersey somewhere because I've seen some ads for Second Sunday swap in maybe Wayne, but I don't remember exactly where. But I know there's at least one in New Jersey. And there's, I think, one up in New York at the Armory I remember reading about. But I don't know how many camera shows exist anymore. And I'm wondering, is it a dying breed? This video is about asking a question as much as talking about camera shows, because I love them. Back then we didn't have eBay, and we would go to the show, we'd bring a few lenses that we were willing to get rid of and swap for something else and have a trade-in value towards something else. And unless you put an ad in the paper and sold it on a classified ad, you had to, the only way you could get rid of it is to get it to a dealer. Or wear a sign around the show and say, I have this stuff for sale, and people would come and talk to you. But the camera shows now, they compete with eBay, and the people who are buying things, some of them are just buying cameras to sell on eBay. So that's my question is, are we at the end of an era? Because I love camera shows. I think that they're fun. I think it's fun to talk to other people. I've been to some camera shows recently, and they recognize me from this YouTube channel, and that's such a treat. And I just wonder, where are we going? And I heard somebody from the local chapter that runs the camera show, one of the folks is part of a photography society, like a club, and one of the elder folks died. So I wonder if that changed maybe some of the focus. But there weren't as many dealers. And like I said, the room was only half full. And it's one of those things that I would hate to see it go away, but I can also understand why it could. But maybe they're thriving throughout the country. So if you have an area where you've been to a camera show and you know that they still exist and they're decent or they're failing, let me know what you think. And hopefully Denver isn't failing. But when I went to that show, I was very concerned that it was so small and there were less dealers showing up, and there's a point where the people running it won't rent the space if they can't get people to come out and sell their wares and an audience and a crowd to come in and buy it. All right, that's today's photography talk. Looking for your input. Give me some in the comments below, and thanks so much for watching. If you're enjoying these, hit the subscribe button, and if you can, please hit the Patreon. I appreciate your support, and that all goes to making more of these. Thanks so much.